Guess the country by the flag. Afghanistan. Identify the country by its flag. Albania. Which country does this flag represent? Algeria. Can you guess the country from this flag? Andorra. This flag represents which country? Angola. What country's flag is this? Antigua and Barbuda. Identify the country by its flag. Argentina. Guess the country from the flag. Armenia. Name the country represented by this flag. Australia. Recognize the country by its flag. Austria. Which country does this flag belong to? Azerbaijan. Identify the country represented by the flag. Bahamas. Can you identify the country by its flag? Bahrain. Guess the country from the flag. Bangladesh. This flag represents which country? Barbados. What country's flag is this? Belarus. Identify the country by its flag. Belgium. Guess the country from the flag. Belize. Name the country represented by this flag. Benin. Recognize the country by its flag. Bhutan. Which country does this flag belong to? Bolivia. Identify the country represented by the flag. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Can you identify the country by its flag? Botswana. Guess the country from the flag. Brazil. This flag represents which country? Brunei Darussalam. What country's flag is this? Bulgaria. Identify the country by its flag. Burkina Faso. Guess the country from the flag. Burundi. Name the country represented by this flag. Cabo Verde. Recognize the country by its flag. Cambodia. Which country does this flag belong to? Cameroon. Identify the country represented by the flag. Canada. Can you identify the country by its flag? Central African Republic. Guess the country from the flag. Chad. This flag represents which country? Chile. What country's flag is this? China. Identify the country by its flag. Colombia. Guess the country from the flag. Comoros. Name the country represented by this flag. Congo Democratic Republic. Recognize the country by its flag. Congo Republic. Which country does this flag belong to? Costa Rica. Identify the country represented by the flag. Croatia. Can you identify the country by its flag? Cuba. Guess the country from the flag. Cyprus. This flag represents which country? Czech Republic. What country's flag is this? Denmark. Identify the country by its flag. Djibouti. Guess the country from the flag. Dominica. Name the country represented by this flag. Dominican Republic. Recognize the country by its flag. East Timor. Which country does this flag belong to? Ecuador. Identify the country represented by the flag. Egypt. Can you identify the country by its flag? El Salvador. Guess the country from the flag. Equatorial Guinea. This flag represents which country? Eritrea. What country's flag is this? Estonia. Identify the country by its flag. Eswatini, Swaziland. Guess the country from the flag. Ethiopia. Name the country represented by this flag. Fiji. Recognize the country by its flag. Finland. Which country does this flag belong to? France. Identify the country represented by the flag. Gabon. Can you identify the country by its flag? Gambia. Guess the country from the flag. Georgia. This flag represents which country? Germany. What country's flag is this? Ghana. Identify the country by its flag. Greece. Guess the country from the flag. Grenada. Name the country represented by this flag. Guatemala. Recognize the country by its flag. Guinea. Which country does this flag belong to? Guinea-Bissau. Identify the country represented by the flag. Guyana. Can you identify the country by its flag? Haiti. Guess the country from the flag. Honduras. This flag represents which country? Hungary. What country's flag is this? Iceland. Identify the country by its flag. India. Guess the country from the flag. Indonesia. Name the country represented by this flag. Iran. Recognize the country by its flag. Iraq. Which country does this flag belong to? Ireland. Identify the country represented by the flag. Israel. Can you identify the country by its flag? Italy. Guess the country from the flag. Jamaica. This flag represents which country? Japan. What country's flag is this? Jordan. Identify the country by its flag. Kazakhstan. Guess the country from the flag. Kenya. Name the country represented by this flag. Kiribati. Recognize the country by its flag. North Korea. Which country does this flag belong to? South Korea. Identify the country represented by the flag. Kosovo. Can you identify the country by its flag? Kuwait. Guess the country from the flag. Kyrgyzstan. This flag represents which country? Laos. What country's flag is this? Latvia. Identify the country by its flag. Lebanon. Guess the country from the flag. Lesotho. Name the country represented by this flag. Liberia. Recognize the country by its flag. Libya. Guess the country by the flag. Liechtenstein. Identify the country by its flag. Lithuania. Which country does this flag represent? Luxembourg. Can you guess the country from this flag? Madagascar. This flag represents which country? Malawi. What country's flag is this? Malaysia. Identify the country by its flag. Maldives. Guess the country from the flag. Mali. Name the country represented by this flag. Malta. Recognize the country by its flag. Marshall Islands. Which country does this flag belong to? Mauritania. Identify the country represented by the flag. Mauritius. Can you identify the country by its flag? Mexico. Guess the country from the flag. Micronesia. This flag represents which country? Moldova. What country's flag is this? Monaco. Identify the country by its flag. Mongolia. Guess the country from the flag. Montenegro. Name the country represented by this flag. Morocco. Recognize the country by its flag. Mozambique. Which country does this flag belong to? Myanmar, Burma. Identify the country represented by the flag. Namibia. Can you identify the country by its flag? Nauru. Guess the country from the flag. Nepal. This flag represents which country? Netherlands. What country's flag is this? New Zealand. Identify the country by its flag. Nicaragua. Guess the country from the flag. Niger. Name the country represented by this flag. Nigeria. Recognize the country by its flag. North Macedonia. Which country does this flag belong to? Norway. Identify the country represented by the flag. Oman. Can you identify the country by its flag? Pakistan. Guess the country from the flag. Palau. This flag represents which country? Panama. What country's flag is this? Papua New Guinea. Identify the country by its flag. Paraguay. Guess the country from the flag. Peru. Name the country represented by this flag. Philippines. Recognize the country by its flag. Poland. Which country does this flag belong to? Portugal. Identify the country represented by the flag. Qatar. Can you identify the country by its flag? Romania. Guess the country from the flag. Russia. This flag represents which country? Rwanda. What country's flag is this? St. Kitts and Nevis. Identify the country by its flag. St. Lucia. Guess the country from the flag. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Name the country represented by this flag. Samoa. Recognize the country by its flag. San Marino. Which country does this flag belong to? São Tomé and Príncipe. Identify the country represented by the flag. Saudi Arabia. Can you identify the country by its flag? Senegal. Guess the country from the flag. Serbia. This flag represents which country? Seychelles. What country's flag is this? Sierra Leone. Identify the country by its flag. Singapore. Guess the country from the flag. Slovakia. Name the country represented by this flag. Slovenia. Recognize the country by its flag. Solomon Islands. Which country does this flag belong to? Somalia. Identify the country represented by the flag. South Africa. Can you identify the country by its flag? South Sudan. Guess the country from the flag. Spain. This flag represents which country? Sri Lanka. What country's flag is this? Sudan. Identify the country by its flag. Suriname. Guess the country from the flag. Sweden. Name the country represented by this flag. Switzerland. Recognize the country by its flag. Syria. Which country does this flag belong to? Taiwan. Identify the country represented by the flag. Tajikistan. Can you identify the country by its flag? Tanzania. Guess the country from the flag. Thailand. This flag represents which country? Togo. What country's flag is this? Tonga. Identify the country by its flag. Trinidad and Tobago. Guess the country from the flag. Tunisia. Name the country represented by this flag. Turkey. Recognize the country by its flag. Turkmenistan. Which country does this flag belong to? Tuvalu. Identify the country represented by the flag. Uganda. Can you identify the country by its flag? Ukraine. Guess the country from the flag. United Arab Emirates. This flag represents which country? United Kingdom. What country's flag is this? United States. Identify the country by its flag. Uruguay. Guess the country from the flag. Uzbekistan. Name the country represented by this flag. Vanuatu. Recognize the country by its flag. Vatican City. Which country does this flag belong to? Venezuela. Identify the country represented by the flag. Vietnam. Can you identify the country by its flag? Yemen. Guess the country from the flag. Zambia. This flag represents which country? Zimbabwe.